That's a 3 o'clock tip-off downtown at the Romo Fijo on Monday, but we will return Tuesday through Friday. So next week, if you want to get to either the Static X show or a Tears for Fears, I'll be able to hook you up. 35192 to text for anything in here. Cavaliers off tonight. Pretty sizable victory over the Utah Jazz. I almost call them the Utah Saints.
That would make more sense.
Utah Jazz, it was 111-91. Kept them to double digits. And so the Cavs will take tonight off, and then they will play the Spurs in San Antonio. David Robinson and the San Antonio Spurs.
He retired 20 years ago.
But is that who he played for?
The Spurs, yes.
He retired 20 years ago? That long ago?
Just about. I think maybe 2004.
Is he with their front office?
I don't know.
A lot of these guys stay with the organization that... Anywho, they'll play the Spurs tomorrow night. 8:30, I think, is the beginning of the game. So 8:30. That's your tip-off. So pregame gets going around 8 o'clock. And then they'll be in Oklahoma City, play the Thunder on Saturday night. And then back here at home on Monday.
In 2003, he retired, so.
Wow. Yep. Almost 20 years ago. So he retired. He was still youngish when he retired then. I mean, he's not a 60-year-old man.
He's 50-something.
Really?
56 years old, so.
All right. Hey, Ray.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
All right, just wanted to call and weigh in on the cryptocurrency conversation I was hearing a little bit about.
I didn't know we were having a cryptocurrency conversation. What's up?
Well, I did. Well, I wanted to call in and just have a little enlightening conversation about it. I hear you guys were talking about NFTs and all the Crypto.com commercials, and talking about cryptocurrency in general as more of like a utility for wealthy people to get even more wealthy.
Yeah, it's like any other speculative market. Yeah.
Right, correct. And I agree with that, but I do think cryptocurrency right now as a whole, it is a great way for people that are even in, situations like myself before where I was your average American, making average income. And I got into cryptocurrency back in March of 2020 when the coronavirus stuff started happening. And I saw the opportunity when everything dipped. I bought in, and essentially it financially liberated me. And
how so?
It's been a great space to get into. Well, first thing you got to know about cryptocurrency is that you have your primary crypto, which is Bitcoin, right? That's the granddaddy. It was the first crypto to ever be essentially created. Bitcoin, though, in the world of crypto nowadays is dinosaur technology.
How did this financially, Ray? You're giving me a lot of info on it. How did it financially liberate you?
Well, I bought into Bitcoin back when it was like $5,000. I bought Ethereum when it was at $140, and I bought Matic when it was at $1
Mm-hmm. And how much is your wallet worth now?
Well, over the last 2 years, I've made over $500,000.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. And have you liquidated that, or have you?
Oh, no, not at all. I reinvested it, and I live off the interest I make off of it in the world of DeFi now.
I see.
Centralized finance.
Can I ask a question? So you're saying the interest gets deposited into a bank account? Like, have you taken any of the money out?
Yes, I have, and I actually use Crypto.com. I use Crypto.com as a way to move that money around. Crypto.com, they also offer decent interest rates on your crypto holdings. You open a Crypto.com account, you get a crypto wallet, and you can stake your coins, which means that you lock them in for a specific period of time, and they pay you decent amounts of interest on it, like 12% APR. Which you will never get that at a normal financial institution.
Right, but it's still high. It's highly volatile, Ray. So your $500,000 one day can be $40,000 the next.
Oh yeah, no, I believe me. I've gone. I've been in crypto. I've known about crypto since 2017. I got into it back when Bitcoin.
These dates keep changing.
Little pump to $20,000.
Right.
Oh yeah, no, it's.
Okay.
It does suck to wake up to your account and see that $200,000 disappeared during the last dip. But the thing is, with cryptocurrency, historically, it's always come back up. And when you've been in it as long as I have, you become numb to the dips and the volatility because 100% of the time, it's always come back up.
Well, it's
So
like
all the
any
money that I've ever
it's
seen-
like any other speculative market. You can't spend money you're not willing to lose.
It's gambling.
It's all gambling. That's right. Thank you, Ray. You're making people's heads explode, but congratulations. I just know when I get backed up against the wall by some crypto bros, they have a pretty limited understanding of monetary theory and policy, and that's what sends me off into another direction there.
I get annoyed because I feel like people look down on people like me who go and gamble or like will play a slot machine as wasting my money. But people who do crypto, it's like praised and like looked at in such a high level of, ooh, what a smart investment. And I'm like, I could lose my $1,000 just as fast as he could.
Well, but the
you
house
know?
always wins. You will eventually lose. There are people who are in cryptocurrency who will not eventually lose their entire investment.
Right, and
Gambling, you are almost certainly looking to lose your entire... It's not an investment.
It's just as volatile.
It's not.
not as volatile
Gambling.
as
No. Well, first of all,
slot
crypto is
machines.
extraordinarily volatile.
That's what I
But
mean.
gambling is not an investment.
It can be.
Not really.
Takes one spin.
Do you consider it an investment? No, because what do gamblers do? They keep gambling the money that
Just
they
gotta
win.
know when to walk away.
Yes.
Do you?
That is absolutely correct.
That's
And
all it
a lot of
is.
people do not do that. They don't do it
Yeah.
because it hits those pleasure centers.
But it's the same thing.
It's not
At its base, cryptocurrency and stock market is gambling.
if you were
at its base.
if you were to oversimplify both ends of that equation, it is gambling.
Yes.
But
It
there
is.
but there are
But there
different forms of
strategies
gambling.
I would say
Bill's
equated-
in crypto. What's your wallet up to?
not a lot, but I took a lot of it out so that I would just be like
Even.
I don't put in a ton of money. Like I'm not buying thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm putting like a couple $100 in here and there. So I've made off of that I've made a couple grand.
Oh, wow.
So like I've done fine with it, but I'm also not expecting to get super rich off of it.
Yeah.
So, but it's one of those things where I would equate crypto more to gambling in a way. If you are playing poker, where yes, it's gambling, but if you are good at it and you know how to invest, you know how to take advantage, like Ray was talking about, of those like staking your coins, things like that, you can make money off of it without it being as much of a risk.
Yeah.
At this point, it's not going anywhere. At this point, though, it's more just kind of having fun with it.
Yeah.
Because as monetary policy, it's not there yet. And
So I
it
guess-
won't be for a while. It's still...
Right, but that's also why people are getting in now, because eventually it's just, there's going to be ones that fail and there's going to be new ones that come in and rise substantially. So if you are getting in on those new coins and getting in at an early time, you have a chance to make a lot of money.
It is definitely contingent on selling people the dream. On selling people.
People are buying the dream.
Well, sure. Yeah.
Here's the way I look at it, though, and this might be a gambler's mentality, but he says, I've made over $500,000. I don't look at it as you've made anything until that money is in your hand.
Well, that's, yes.
Because I could get a slot machine up to $2,000.
But people love to tell you how much they've got in crypto.
But that's my point.
But that was also my point, is that could be 40 grand tomorrow.
Right.
But when they talk about weathering the ups and downs, it's because none of it's real. So who cares if you have $500,000 or $40,000?
But it can be real. Like
everything can be real,
but
but
he won't. Those people won't.
Right, because he's staking it in a way to continue to bet on the cryptocurrency.
You still got to figure out when to get out, though.
Right.
That's
At some point,
But that's
everybody's got to
doing
figure
the
out.
things like getting the interest, and there's strategies to make money off of it while still being in it.
People are mad at me because I was talking about, well, not mad, they're just bummed. Because before the break, I was talking about how they really missed the boat by never asking Glenn Beck to be Colonel Sanders in those KFC commercials, and I inadvertently reminded people that Norm Macdonald is dead. Because Norm was one of the people to play Colonel Sanders when they did that run. I forget who the very first person was.
Yeah,
Daryl
it was
Hammond.
Daryl
maybe.
Hammond, because he thought it was going to be him for a while.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And then when they only used him for 3 commercials, he's like, "What the hell, man?
Right.
I need this money."
Yeah, Norm was Colonel Sanders and Jason Alexander, and they threw Reba McEntire in there. A lot of Gaffigan, a lot of people played Colonel Sanders.
Here are some slides from my research trip down to Nashville. Now, here I am at the airport. Here I am trying classic Nashville hot chicken with its spicy, smoky flavor. Here I am thinking, man, this would be great with my crispy hand-prepared chicken. Here I am writing down the recipe. And here I am with KFC's new Nashville hot chicken, straight from Nashville for a limited time only.
They did use Norm for a few of them.
Yeah. Some got
More than
one and
others.
done, and some
Yeah.
got like 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah. John Mayer in the news. John Mayer and Jeff Ross went to go pick up Bob Saget's car from LAX because obviously he never came back to get it. And they recorded themselves kind of having a chat about it in the car, and John Mayer and Jeff Ross talking about it.
I've just never known a human being who could give that much love individually and completely to that many people in a way that made each person feel like he was a main character in their life, and they were a main character in his life. Do you know how effusive you have to be in your love for everyone in your life, for each and every person he loved, to be told by another he loved you so much? Bob's effusive and repeated expression of love is the greatest gift that he left people, because all we have is the pain of his going.
Boy, he loves that word effusive.
I love
John Mayer.
so much.
Has he ever worked effusive into one of his song lyrics?
No, not that I know of.
Just unbridled gratitude? Does he have an album called Unbridled Gratitude or anything like that?
Not.
I don't know if it's a medical examiner or if it's just more speculation, but I was reading something that said that Bob Saget died in his sleep without suffering, which is the way anybody wants to go. They said they found him tucked in bed, and that he died without suffering. Now, I don't know. Now, listen, I've been to Orlando, okay? Everybody suffers there a little bit. Orlando stinks. My condolences or apologies to our bureau chiefs in Orlando. But
And why does it stink? I haven't been there in a long time.
Orlando,
Disney adults.
it's-
It's all coming back.
it's just
You know how he's
it's a city that I don't feel like has like a vibe to it.
I feel like the vibe is
It's landlocked.
theme parks.
Everything's like fake lakes and fake trees, and
I mean, they're man-made lakes.
I'm talking
and
about
trees.
Orlando. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about. I'm not putting the. I'm not even factoring the theme parks into it.
the city itself.
Yeah, Orlando doesn't have a vibe.
Never been there.
What cities have vibes, and what's the vibe?
Seattle,
Chicago.
Washington has a vibe.
What's the vibe?
Why do you say it like that?
My home of Liberati's pizza.
Does Chicago have a vibe? Yes, it does. What cities have a vibe? I mean, I don't know. It's a case-by-case basis for any person. There are people who love Orlando.
Right, and I think they have
not
the
one of
vibe
them.
there. I mean, you just don't
I
vibe
guess.
with the Orlando vibe.
I definitely don't. I don't like fake lakes and fake trees, and
Why
if you're,
does it bother you that they dig lakes?
I'm not. I don't know, man. I think that I don't envy anybody living in. I can't imagine living in landlocked Florida. That would be the least fun place to live. And again, most of the state is landlocked.
Mm-hmm.
Most cities are landlocked. But like if you were living in Florida,
The
but you
appeal
were
is the
but
beach.
you were hours from any water. Yeah, like what's the point?
you're just
Well,
a
that's why
farmer.
you dig you get some stuff, and you're like, we don't have any water around here. Let's make a lake.
No, listen, I get why they did it. I'm just,
I think it's very strange that it bothers you so much that they're like, the scenery around here is a little.
Yeah, I'm
bland.
not losing sleep over it. I'm just saying,
let's make some lakes.
Orlando is not out of all. I've been to a lot of cities. Orlando to me is not a city that like has a vibe. Like I don't
It's
feel.
a very manufactured city, but it's also because it is it's a city that is
For tourists.
for tourists.
Yeah.
So the vibe is tourism.
Yeah.
Now you guys made fun of me because I thought Dun River Falls was a man-made waterfall They man-make everything.
What is Dun River Falls?
In Jamaica. When I talked about it, I said I thought it was a man-made waterfall. I thought it was manufactured. You guys, they don't make man-made waterfalls. They don't make man-made lakes. I'm like...
No, first of all, we didn't say that because I'm telling you.
No,
why would I say that when I'm talking about Orlando's fake lakes?
Because you're a hypocrite.
Why would you think?
Duh.
Well, I would have to be a moron, not a hypocrite, to say something doesn't exist when I've seen them. What I'm saying is, Dun River Falls was like in the side of a mountain.
So
what?
Carved
That was.
that was.
It was clearly a natural waterfall.
That was actually not carved. Those mountains just look like that.
They just showed up that way. But again, we were, busting your balls, but you'd never been to Jamaica before. How would you know?
And
we were just having some fun with you.
I don't think I said
and
it.
clearly he took it personally.
I did, because I don't think I even said it. I said, I think I asked it, and you guys were all twisted towards me. Why
I don't recall that. I don't think Bill or I would care that much.
I mean, it's not like
you
guys just...
Yeah, we're breaking your balls.
Okay.
Because it's fun. In Jamaica. Is this a man-made waterfall? That's a funny thing to ask in Jamaica.
It just was very...
Now, is the roller coaster in the middle of the rainforest manufactured? Yes, it is.
How do you know?
Yes. That was not I asked. It was not a naturally occurring roller coaster.
Mary, you're not afraid of heights, are you?
No.
Okay, but...
Are you afraid of The Heights, the short-lived Fox television show?
Yes.
You would have lost your mind, though, because we're literally on what's essentially a ski lift going across the forest.
Oh, yeah.
And you see...
I like that.
You see tarantulas. First time I've ever seen tarantulas.
Not that.
They're on the side. I'm like, if these things just...
On the next to you? On the lift?
Yes! They're like, they have their big web.
And you can't go anywhere.
No, you can't.
Well, they're on the... they're not on the lift.
They're like on the
They're
trees
on the
next to the
supports, and they're around the trees. And
Okay,
stuff.
but if I'm sitting
But you're
on
not,
a
you're
chair,
not
There's nothing you can
above
do.
you on the lift.
they're not above my head in the
No,
corner.
they're on the struts and the trees because you're cutting right through. They cut a lift path through
Okay,
the trees.
that I can...
Right.
But
It's
if
so creepy,
But
but
if
it
they
was-
crawl on the lift, there's nothing you can do about it. Like,
I'd jump. I'll take my chances landing on a canopy.
you'd be dead. We were up several stories.
You know, tarantulas aren't man-eating beasts.
They're
or
terrifying.
anything.
Either
I've had
way,
one on
I
my
hate 'em.
face.
So have I. My
poisonous, aren't
cousins
they?
had one.
They're venomous.
Well, then what's the problem?
I hate them, and
Some
they used to
are.
make me touch them and put it on me and stuff.
Oh, so you're
406.
triggered from...
Stop it with this. Enough. No,
Tarantula venom, by the way, is like less than a bumblebee. It's like if you get stung by a bee,
Whatever,
that's
know
more than...
this.
I'm allergic to everything. I'm not taking my chances
All
with
right.
a tarantula.
Well, again, allergy in general is different than like if you think you're going to die from a tarantula bite. But
I'm not going to die. I don't like spiders.
I understand.
I'd be more flipped out about the spider being on me. Today I woke up and there was a stink bug on my arm. I almost had a heart attack.
You and the bugs, Jesus.
what do you want me to do?
I don't know. Nothing.
Well,
I
nasty, babe.
I want you to
Get
be.
out of that
I want you to be safe and
Moving
feel
out March
better.
20th.
Okay.
It's 8 weeks away.
Is that the day?
That's the date.
I don't think I realized there was a day.
Well, we just decided on it like 2 days ago.
Boyfriend's gonna break up with you March 19th.
You're moving out.
I know, right?
You're moving on a Sunday.
We have to do it on a weekend because he works a regular job.
Why not
and
on Saturday?
I'm out of town every weekend between now and then. And I'm even out of town that weekend. I'm driving home from Fort Wayne, Indiana that weekend to move.
Well, good thing you have movers.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you guys for that. So because we have to do it on a weekend.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
understand.
Like, unless we want to
Get
do
that
it.
Sunday bump where it's going to be, it's actually twice as much usually because we don't do Sundays.
Yeah, probably something like that. But yeah.
In that case, you're getting some gift cards.
And then I'm hoping there's no. I really hope there's no. I don't think he has any bugs, but I'm hoping we won't have to deal with any more bites.
I'm
The bugs follow you, though.
The bugs might follow me because
must.
I've gotten bit in
Spiders
multiple
don't really
locations.
bite. Yeah, did you ever figure that out? The bite
The Denver-
situation?
No. The Dayton thing. The doctor said it didn't look like bed bugs. He said spiders don't normally bite.
Right.
And I said, so what is it? He goes, I don't know, but you're allergic. Here's some antibiotics. This is the same doctor who told me I didn't have COVID and refused to test me until I cried.
Why didn't you get a new doctor, by the way?
This is a new doctor. My doctor retired, and this is who they assigned me.
Get another new doctor.
I need another new doctor.
He's 0 for
Yeah,
2.
don't go back
Yeah.
to that guy.
I was very upset with him.
He's like, oh, and you're also pregnant.
Yeah, right.
There's no way. Nope. You're
Maybe
pregnant.
he was trying to tell you that you didn't have COVID from the bug bite. Maybe he was conflating the two, and you misunderstood
okay.
him.
You're right.
Yep.
He is the professional. I should trust science.
And he's a man.
Yeah, that's more important,
That
honestly.
the COVID bugs aren't biting.
Science is a liar sometimes.
No, my small little woman brain couldn't handle what he was saying, so maybe I was wrong.
I'm just trying to figure it out. I find arachnids to be majestic. I don't understand. I guess I understand why people are freaked out by them, but it's always amazing to me how many people are anti-spider.
If they're just creepy
They're
and make
so
you look
ugly.
I don't find them to be creepy or ugly. I think
Now-
that they're like little tiny bugs I hate, but like
'Cause you can't
spiders,
see where they're going.
I think they're fantastic.
In the apartment I'm in now was the first time I had spiders like in my windows. I know, Bill, you have this by the lake where there's just spiders everywhere.
They eat
Lot
flies.
of spiders.
Well, it was the first time I kind of watched them, like, because I feel safe. I'm inside my house, it's on the window, and I would watch their, like, orb weaver spiders or something like that.
amazing.
And I'd watch them, like, catch a fly and wrap it up. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like, watching it from afar, I'm okay with. But the idea of a tarantula a half a little millisecond from my face, I don't want that.
Interesting.
Half a millisecond.
Half a millisecond
fact that
from
they
my
were just-
face.
They were all like,
You mean a quarter of a millisecond? All right. What Poundcake?
I'm just saying they were all like on top of each other. So, like, imagine one here, Mary, and then another one's just like there, and they crawl on top of each other, and they're all in a big web of support. So,
Yeah, but they tell you too, like, you gotta watch your bananas if you buy them from a market and stuff because they have tarantulas in them.
none of
Watch
that's.
your bananas anyway.
I was like, that's not a thing in Jamaica. You literally, your market is on the street. Like, you pull over anywhere you go, there's a bazaar there.
Thank you.
Anywhere. Anywhere you go.
Middle of the ocean. Bazaar on a canoe.
Careful of Berea jumping spiders.
Okay, I've lived there before. Don't start with me.
They just
They
started.
moved in after
Oh,
they just
just in
started.
the last
Yep,
15
they're
years,
new.
huh?
They moved in after you left, and then they heard you were coming back, and they were like, "It's part of our contract with the city public works department. Mary Santora's back. Spiders got to be back."
Unbelievable.
Alan, I think the best option for Mary's bug problem is suicide. That seems excessive.
Plus, the bugs die after they bite
Effective.
me anyway, so. Oh, they want me to commit suicide, not
I
the bugs.
assume.
Okay.
What would bug suicide be?
That's why I was confused.
Kamikaze bug.
I believe that's insecticide.
Bill Squire, everybody.
There he is.
Appearing at High and Dry in
Hi,
Tremont
tonight,
tonight.
8 p.m.
Come to
It's
that
free.
show.
Come on.
A free show?
Yeah.
Ah, it's a bargain at twice the price.
That's true.
All right, I've got to take a break. If you want to get a text, 35192, I'll have those tickets for you to see Volbeat and Ghost. They're co-headlining. That's going to bring them to Columbus, February the 7th. And then 4:30, next chance for you to grab some money. $1,000. I'll have that keyword for you to go fund to yourself.